Is it the policy of the Biden administration to allow as many migrants to come across the border in order to change the political dynamics, the electoral dynamics of America?
Of course not. And the facts indicate that that is absolutely false. Since May of this year, of last year, we have removed or returned more individuals than in any year since 2015, and we haven't even run 12 months.
There are lies, there are damn lies, and there's CNN. It's happening, gang. The Clown News Network, the single most distrusted name in fake news, looks like it is finally going under. We're going to see the latest on CNN's cataclysmic collapse. And then
there's just a lot of bad behavior going on, and there's just nobody here to keep it in check.
Another liberal city's on the brink of disaster because of its ridiculous defund the police efforts. We're going to see yet the latest woke collapse and how even left-wing residents have had enough. Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your patron professor, here to help you to think better so you can feel better in these crazy and turbulent times. So if you haven't already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. Reports are coming in today that CNN, the most distrusted name in fake news, may indeed be going through what one publication calls a, quote, epic collapse. Reports are out today that the few remaining stars, quote unquote, of CNN may be losing their jobs amid the fledgling network shakeup. The network's new CEO, Mark Thompson, is reportedly planning on making some huge cuts as the network's ratings continue to plunge. Among the names that are reportedly on the chopping block, Anderson Cooper, Chris Wallace, Wolf Blitzer, and Jake Tapper. Reports are that Anderson Cooper is already in the process of looking for a new gig. Chris Wallace as well. Wallace, of course, is the embarrassment that stayed way beyond his welcome over at Fox. He was a total clown who never ceased to embarrass himself, shilling for the DC establishment. He then, of course, ended up at CNN Plus, which ended up going bankrupt before it was even rolled out. So it looks like he's about to go homeless once again, but he's obviously not alone. If they're talking about the likes of Anderson Cooper, Wolf Blitzer, gang, that's basically the end of the lineup in terms of any, major primetime lineup. CNN is basically admitting defeat at this point and getting rid of their supposedly heavy hitters, who of course are nothing of the sort, but that's all they've got. Now, this announcement that CNN is letting go of their primetime lineup comes on the heels of the shocking announcement some months back that the iconic CNN building in downtown Atlanta was to be no more. CNN announced that as part of their cost-cutting measures, they were abandoning their iconic headquarters. They've moved their operations completely out of their landmark location in downtown Atlanta, which I've been to on a number of occasions. You could actually take some tours there. You could. For a while, there had been rumors that CNN was going to have to abandon the building in the wake of their rapidly declining viewership that they've been suffering from over the last several years, but particularly the last two, ever since they started playing the part of a North Korean propaganda wing for the Biden regime. CNN is basically the DNC. They push woke leftist Democrat talking points 24/7, and it's cost them their credibility, and as a result, their audience. CNN's audience has fallen an astonishing, a humiliating 90% in the last 2 years. 90%. And why should we be surprised at that? Seriously, think about it. They told us that Trump colluded with Russia to steal the 2016 election. They told us that Jussie Smollett was the victim of a race crime. They told us that Brett Kavanaugh was a rapist, that the COVID lab leak was nothing but a conspiracy theory, that border agents on horseback ran around whipping migrants, that the Covenant Catholic school kids mocked a poor, peaceful Native American simply banging on his drum, that Trump built cages for migrant kids and recommended that people drink bleach to cure COVID, that Kyle Rittenhouse was a white supremacist. They peddled the notion that the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation, and most recently, that there's absolutely no evidence whatsoever for Biden's corruption. That, my friends, is the most distrusted name in fake news. And it's just reached rock bottom in terms of viewership. CNN, get this, just a couple of months back, CNN, when it came to the 24 to 54-year-old demographic, that's the most important demographic for advertisers. CNN, over that weekend, pulled in a total, I kid you not, a total of just 55,000 viewers. 55,000 viewers. That's a single video of our own on this channel gets twice those views. A single video. That weekend in September was the single worst weekend in CNN's ratings history. So it does look like CNN is going the way of the Hindenburg, and they're not alone. We got another liberal disaster on the horizon as well. But first, gang, if you're a regular to this channel, then you know how I feel about our government and our financial system. It is no secret I am a huge believer in diversifying your money with precious metals like gold and silver. But when it comes to buying precious metals, you need the right company in your corner. And that's why I partnered with the top-rated precious metals company, Goldco, because reputation matters, gang. Goldco is a 6-time Inc. 5000 winner, a 2022 Company of the Year, and they've helped people like you and me place over $2 billion in gold and silver. And right now, they're offering my supporters up to $10,000 in bonus silver when opening up a qualified IRA account. This is your opportunity to protect yourself from our out-of-control, corrupt government. So don't pass it up. Click on that link below right now and take action today. The city of Austin, Texas is but the latest victim of the age-old adage, get woke, go broke. Residents are expressing outrage over police staffing shortages and longer 911 call response times, all consequences of the city council's disastrous vote to defund the police back in 2020.
Craig Stanley has been the owner of Royal Blue Grocery for the past 17 years, with 6 locations downtown. He's seen firsthand how the quality of life has depreciated over time in the area.
Today, what we're seeing is a lot of drug sales and drug use just out on the street. We don't have enough patrol at the street level to enforce our ordinances, sit-lie ordinances, open container, public intoxication, drug use.
Stanley adds the lack of enforcement is causing problems for storefront businesses. He's dealing with shoplifting, aggressive panhandling, and people sleeping on sidewalks, which he feels makes customers want to shop elsewhere.
We hear from customers all the time that they'll walk to another store, go out of their way rather than come down here.
Now, as I'm sure you know, Austin is one of the deepest blue sections of otherwise deep red Texas. And it's simply fulfilling what's becoming more and more a rule for all blue cities. Woke progressive social experiments are literally collapsing everywhere. For example, in the city of Minneapolis, just weeks after their ultra-leftist city council unanimously voted to disband and abolish their own police department, the Minneapolis Police Department issued a public service announcement that the citizens of Minneapolis actually ought to expect to get mugged and robbed. Law and order had so broken down in Minneapolis that if you're living there, you should expect to be a crime victim. And they urged all citizens to comply with the criminals' demands. Needless to say, less and less people have decided to call Minneapolis home. Every year, Minnesota as a whole experiences a net loss of residents, due in no small part to their degenerating social conditions in their liberal hellholes like Minneapolis. And the residents of Austin are learning the hard way. There's simply nowhere in the nation, nowhere, where defund the police policies were implemented and then that society turned around and flourished. Nowhere. Defund the police has been perhaps the single worst policy disaster ever experienced by our decaying cities. And it just simply guaranteed that that decay would happen all the faster and all the more dramatic. Austin, as it turns out, is yet the latest city to learn that progressive values are anything but. They're degenerative and destructive, no matter where they're tried. Let's hope as red states flourish, they can bring their cities up to speed, which a number of red states are trying to do. Otherwise, red states that are otherwise flourishing will continue to have a number of citywide apocalyptic disasters, inevitably, in their midst. Hey, gang, I just wanted to give you a huge note of thanks to each and every one of you, the thousands of you that have recently clicked on the link below and joined our Insiders Club. As many of you know, we took a big hit from big tech. Our channel was completely and totally demonetized. But you, literally thousands of you, stepped in and you rescued me and this channel by bypassing big tech and joining our Insiders Club. You made it loud and clear to the Silicon Valley oligarchs that we're a movement, an army of like-minded patriots who refuse to be silenced by the international woke police. And so once again, I just want to take this moment to thank each and every one of you who have joined our Insiders Club for coming to our rescue. And for those of you who want to join in on the effort and take action, gang, just click on the link below and join our email list. That way we will never, ever, ever lose touch with each other, no matter what big tech does. So just click on that link below, join our email list, and become a part of an army of literally hundreds of thousands of patriots dedicated to taking our nation back, most importantly, together.